But every once in a while, I wanna talk about me, I wanna talk about number one. Oh my, me, my, what I think, what I like, what I know, what I want, what I see. I like talking about you usually.
Alfred Mado. I'm 67 years old. I have traveled a great deal of the country. I have my dual citizenship, U.S. and Canadian, 6 years of university from the University of Maine. I love working with people, I love challenges, and I think life is fantastic, but it is what you make it. The roles were that generally it was the man who was the major breadwinner. He was one who worked. The woman was expected primarily to stay at home, raise the kids, be pretty much well obedient, still have a lot to say in the raising of the family in gender, but still, when it came to the tough things like where are we going to spend money, the male made the majority of the decisions. Right from day one, girls played with girl stuff. Girls at Christmas time got girl stuff, boys got boy stuff. We got the trucks, they got the dolls. When I was growing up, a man whose wife earned more money than he was, he generally had to hide his face. That was a shame. Today, Patty earns more money than I.
So your family didn't raise you with the gender roles? That they didn't?
No.
So it wasn't any different from now?
No. But everybody around us
Yeah.
was.
Was that considered weird where you grew up, that you weren't pushed into a certain gender role?
I was in a farming community, similar to being here. We raised potatoes. We all worked, we all picked potatoes for 3 weeks in the fall. You went to school for a month, we were off for 3 weeks. We all worked picking potatoes. We're driving trucks. It was everybody. Oh, now, if you look at, in a lot of households, I believe it is now, it's about 50%. The major breadwinner is now the female in a household. Like in my case, I am now the stay-at-home dad. I'm raising our 9-month-old baby girl. When I was growing up, that was unheard of. Men would say, oh, I'm not going to do that. But I raised 3 kids, 12 grandchildren, all of that, and I'm having a blast. It is very, very rewarding, and that is a major change. There's a lot more open-mindedness about what the men and women should do. I can remember when I was a kid, the cooking was done. I learned how to cook some because I was always under my mom's feet. But once the table was set, guess what? That was women's work. It was women's work to do the dishes. It was women's work to clean the dishes. It was women's work to change the diapers, all that. You don't see that now. It's more of a 50-50 proposition. And most men, in fact, have embraced it and said, yeah, in order to run this family properly, it takes both of us. It takes both of us income, and it takes both of us with the energy. That's a big change. It is empowering. Now, you had very few ladies in management positions. That is changing at an astronomical rate. In the past 2 years, there has been a major change in the CEOs in major corporations. A lot more of them are going to the women in our society. There still is a major discrepancy between pay for doing the same job. The gap is closing, but it has not closed and it is not equalized as it should be. We will start to get more women enthused with politics, and real power is in the politics. That's where it's at. I hate to say it, but that's where major decisions are made, is on the political front. And I think myself, I love Hillary. I think she would be fantastic president, and I fully expect she's going to run. She's already staging herself today. I think that is going to show a lot of the younger kids who are also, oh, well, it's always been Clinton, it's always been Bush, it's always been Neil. Oh, we now have a true role model which we can, in fact, base what we want to do in the future. Ms. excuse my language, but it would be like a fart in church. It would not have been accepted. Not just, you could not have gotten a female elected president back when I was young, no. There are still some men out there who are chauvinistic, and they will be till the day they die. The equal rights for all nationalities. I still have friends who don't like blacks. Let's face it, they just don't like them, and that's stupid of them. There's some, and quite a bit of that is brought on by the boys' parents, because that's the way they treat their mom at home. But as you're seeing in most of your shows on TV, it's very, very flexible. It's loosey-goosey. We all have responsibility. My mom probably would have been boys with boy stuff, girls with girls. My dad was extremely open-minded. I think they are fallen to the wayside. Most of the manual labor jobs that a lot of people do today are going to be gone. 2 to 6, 7 years. So we have to restructure what we think people do, don't do, what they do in their spare time, and what their real gender roles are, because they are going to change significantly. It is significant that if you have a young lady, I have a daughter, she's 10 years old, a student, she's in Cub Scouts. She's in Cub Scouts, it is normally a strictly a role for boys. I've got her there for a reason. I want her to see that she can do anything and everything they can. There's no doubt about it. She is going to challenge any outstanding things that says girls are here, boys are here. Baby girl, I have no doubt she is going to be very aggressive, very assertive, and she's going to want to do all of those things that any boy can do and will ever be able to do. And I think that starts right from the day she is. You don't look at children and say, when they do a good job, you don't go, good girl, good job, good girl, you did that right. It's good job, fantastic job. You keep the girl boy part of it out. Whatever the boys have, she can have. And I think that's where you plant those seeds early on. There's no such thing. It's only girls play with dolls, because that's stupid. That's a toy. Anybody differently, because your expectations has to be the same. When I was a kid, it wasn't even discussed. See, I don't see that as being an issue. I don't see it, never have, never will. There has to be two people committed to being parents, not being a mother or being a father. Because if they don't, in another 5 years when they're totally out of work, because robots have replaced them, there's all kinds of new opportunities coming. And you're going to have to be thinking in that direction. Or else if they come through the door and if I'm going to challenge you, and that's what I put in front of them.
Your daughter wanted to be a welder?
Yep.
Would you push him to it?
And the reason is because I made a trip to China to buy a boiler one time. And I went into one of the largest boiler manufacturing plants and I observed the welding after it was done. And I said, who are your best welders? Went right over to the board, female, 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 female. Because people are a lot more open-minded and a lot more willing to change.
That the gender role changes have slowed us down as a nation or moved us forward?
Move this forward.
Why?
Because you're getting a lot more brain power. One of the bad things about the way it was, you had a very few limited people using this. They were expected to use
Their muscles.
their muscles.
That's why we're waiting on the world to change. We keep on